Let's try that again. My first recording got interrupted by me screaming at a squirrel. But hello everyone! Flash Notion here, back for another reaction to My Hero Academia. Hopefully there won't be too many problems with this recording. I don't know, let's see. Right, we are on episode 18, and possibly 19? So last time we had the Todoroki family. Big bunch of flashbacks of them being a very fucked up group, and then in the present day, them basically coming together and saying, hey, let's all work together to try and be a better family and, take care of our problems. Be they interpersonal problems or actual real world problems like Dabi. And that's probably not going to lead into anything with this. Last time at the end the only thing we had at the end that might lead into this is that All Might said that Deku is talking to the vestiges in his head. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know what that all is gonna entail, but it's very odd because they actually released 2 episodes this week, not 1. So I don't know if this is a 2-parter. We haven't. I don't think we've really had any official 2-parters in this series yet. I mean, we've had episodes that go together like a 2-parter, but we haven't really. I don't think had any 2-part like actual 2-part episodes. So I don't know what to do with this one. I don't know to. Should I react to them individually and thus just have more videos, or are they so important to keep together that I should react to both of them in one? So what I'm going to do, at the time of recording this, I don't know. But I am going to start episode 18, and when we get to the end of it, I will make the decision of, okay, did this end like a normal episode does? No more of a cliffhanger than, say, Aizawa getting shot with that bullet. Or is this so clearly a part 1, part 2 scenario that I am going to immediately start episode 19 and just have it all in one recording? I don't know. In fact, actually, I think I might take a slight break because I do need to. I forgot to use the bathroom before I started this recording, and there's no way I want to have to get up in between episodes and do this. So we're gonna take care of that, and I'll be right back, I guess. And after what I'm sure was just a simple fade to black, fade back in, let's get started. So we will switch over, and then I will start the episode in 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay, so that was a hell of an episode. Starting off, the talk with the vestiges. So, how do I put this? I more or less heard the part about uh, the other users dying young because they had quirks. I think I'm pretty sure I'd heard that somewhere before or read it or something like that. But like, I, I, I don't know. I guess it just seems very self evident, more or less. Like, yeah, your cup overfloweth when you start with it half full, or already full, I guess technically. Um, you can't have multiple quirks in a body that isn't prepared for it. Um, if they already start out with one, you know, like it's just one of those things. I do have to wonder, like, why is it that the person that All for One uh took the original stockpiling quirk from, um, why is it that that person doesn't like have any sort of vestige in All for One or One for All? I mean, um, like it would be a very small part of them, I guess, but like I don't know, it's just a little bit weird to me. Like especially since All for One said like, oh yeah, all of the other people that I take quirks from, I basically have them whispering in the back of my head the entire time that I have those quirks. Um, so yeah, I don't get it, but whatever. It really doesn't matter. I guess what does matter is first of all, uh, two more quirks that haven't revealed themselves, two more users who haven't interacted with Deku. Um, I'm guessing. My guess is right now that they're people who just plain didn't want the power in life, and therefore, like they took it, but like they didn't really want it. They never really embraced it or accepted it, and now they're just kind of like resisting in the present day. Like I don't know. They'll come around eventually, of course. um, okay, let's see. So quirks we have so far. So we have All for One itself, or One for All itself. Um, Black Whip, Danger Sense, Float, and then one more that I don't know. It's the one that the red coated guy with whatever his quirk was. I don't think they said it actually. Um, but I guess it hasn't been unlocked yet because like we would know it, and Deku hasn't talked about any other quirks yet, so we'll see. Um, maybe it's the one that gives lightning. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, Toshinori's vestige is getting more solid, which I'm guessing means he's getting closer to dying. Uh, that's kind of sad, but I mean, it has to happen eventually, right? I don't know. It'd be interesting if the series did end and All Might was still alive and we, you know, had him like he got to die of old age. That'd be actually kind of neat. But we'll see. He's already smashed his death flags once. Pun more or less intended. Um, and then, yeah, I guess there was one more thing. Right. Saving Shigaraki versus. Well, okay, so we're not saving Tomura Shigaraki. We're trying to save Tenko Shimura, the grandson of Nana Shimura, who was just a scared little kid who was abused by his father, neglected by his other guardians, and ultimately got brainwashed by All For One. That's the kid that we're trying to save. Um, Toma Shigaraki really does need to die. Whether that comes in the form of, Deku actually following through and killing him, or if it's a case of Deku somehow, you know, getting the Tenko Shimura personality back so that way Tomura Shigaraki doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. Um, it's weird because, like, this. It's not really a typical superhero thing to save the villain from themselves. Like, the closest mainstream example that I can think of is Deadpool 2. When Russell, aka Fire Fist, Wade basically had to kill himself in order for that kid to understand that, hey, people care about him and he can be a hero. He doesn't have to be a bad guy. He doesn't have to kill anybody or anything like that out of petty vengeance. He doesn't have to endanger innocent people or anything like that. Like, yeah, there's some parallels there to this scenario, but like, I don't know. I can't really picture the series ending currently. I can't picture the series ending with Shigaraki turning back into Tenko Shimura and just, like, quietly going to jail to atone for his crimes. Which, by the way, include killing hundreds, if not thousands, of people at this point. Like, I'm just gonna point that out. He has killed so many people. Some of them were bad guys. Not all of them. Some of them were innocent. So I can't quite see him just quietly surrendering, going to prison, getting therapy, and becoming a productive member of society eventually. Like, I don't think that's going to happen. It could be neat, but I see him rejecting the very possibility of that and, like, killing his inner child, so to speak, so that way Deku is forced to take him down. But also, at the same time, I can't see Deku killing him. Like, that's not who Deku is. He's not a killer. So, like, I don't know. There's always the possibility of Deku fights Tomura, knocks him the fuck out, and then somebody else kills him. That is, in and of itself, a possibility. But, I don't know. And then, okay, so post-Vestiges thing, the secret's out at this point. Like, holy shit, like, so many people now know. So, All Might tells Best Jeanist and Hawks. I'm guessing, they more or less report back to Endeavor, like, hey, here's the scenario. And Endeavor just doesn't tell the public anything because, that's not really something that the public needs to know. But at the very least, the top 3 heroes now know, which is kind of crazy. And so does the entirety of Class 1A, because Deku told them when he just fucking left. Like, they glossed over that so fucking quickly, like, holy shit. Like, we didn't even get to see Deku actually wake up. Like, I kind of ridiculous, actually. I'm very curious if they'll, like, flash back to the period in which, in between Deku leaving and, him being in the hospital. I'm very curious if they'll flash back to that. But yeah, now the entire class knows outside of Bakugo. I mean, he already knew. That's what I mean. And so I have to wonder how they'll interpret it. Like, are they going to take it at face value that, oh yeah, All Might just gave Deku his quirk, or are they going to like think of it in a more metaphorical sense? I can imagine some of them drawing the correct conclusion, or maybe Bakugo will back it up and be like, "Yep, that note's legit. Deku sure is a fucking idiot. I'm gonna fucking kill him as soon as I get my hands on him, the little bastard." That sounds like something the Bakugo would say. I fucking love Bakugo. I just love it. I love how concerned he is for Deku. And yeah, I think that I think that is pretty much it, actually. Um, I'd have to go back and listen to it again, but I'm pretty sure they just confirmed there that Gran Torino is Shigaraki's granddad. I'm pretty sure that's what Nana was implying. Um, Again, I'd have to go back and look, and listen to it, but like, surely if there was someone else involved in all that, some other guy, surely Nana would have flashed back to that guy instead. Um, so yeah, and yeah, it definitely seems like that's Gran Torino's scarf that Deku took. So I definitely want to know the story of how he decided to just do that. Like, what the fuck? You don't just take something from somebody like that without any sort of blessing. I also find it difficult to imagine All Might, like, accepting that Deku is just going to leave like that. So I want to see that. Aizawa, I know for a fact, would not support this. Aizawa, if he was capable, would have tackled Deku to the ground at the first fucking suggestion of him leaving like this. Fucking hell. Um, this is gonna be an interesting arc with Deku just going full vigilante here. Because, yeah, I mean, that's what he's doing. He's pretty much given up. Uh, like I know he had the provisional license, but I'm pretty sure part of that provision was him staying enrolled at UA High, or being, well, at the very least, being an intern with someplace. Like, I feel like him leaving the school invalidates the provisional license and makes him not capable of interfering in scenarios like that without legal consequences. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Oh, I completely forgot about the press conference. Okay, let's talk about the press conference. So, teachers or parents and families moving in. That's awesome. Every time we've seen the parents, it's been great. I want Sue's parents to make an official appearance. I want some interactions between Inko, Midoriya, and what's her name? Bakugo's mom. What's her name? Mitsuki Bakugo. I want more interactions with her. I want interactions between Deku and Bakugo's parents, because that sounds adorable and awesome. I want Jiro's parents to come back. I want to meet Momo's parents. I doubt they would go to the school, though. They're rich. They have a mansion. They'd be more likely to demand Momo come back home, honestly. I kind of want to meet some of the Class B parents, actually. Now that I think about it. Like, holy shit, yeah. Let's see. With Mirio back in action, it'd be kind of cool if we got some stuff with him, like working with Night Eye's old agency. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure they said that they were keeping a spot open for him. Um, I would love to see some stuff with Shiketsuhai again. That would also be pretty cool. Anyway, got off topic there. Totally off topic, actually, now that I think about it. Going back to the press conference. So, uh, right. So all the dirty laundry is out there. Hmm. And yeah, it mainly seems like, people are judging, they're judging Endeavor for being a shitty parent, but ultimately they're more mad about the fact that, like, that he's not been a good hero. Which, you know what? That's fair. That's his own. Him being a shitty father is his own private business, and it really doesn't. Aside from the fact that, if he was a better father, Dabi wouldn't be a villain. Like, aside from that, and Endeavor's private life doesn't matter right now. It's all about whether or not he can do his job as a hero. And, he intends to keep going. He intends to be better and try and find some redemption. That's pretty cool. But yeah, people are just mad. They're scared, they're mad, and, they take it out on the heroes because they can't take it out on the villains. I mean, I'm now imagining just like just a league member, like maybe Dabi, I don't know, just any of them gets knocked down by the hero, and then just like a dozen civilians just come up and start shit stomping on them. Just fucking like that one scene from, like that one meme scene from JoJo, right? Where just everybody's surrounding the person, just kicking them while they're on the ground. Like that'd be hilarious, actually. Illegal in this world, but hilarious. Don't think it's gonna happen though. But yeah, I mean, I don't blame people, but give Endeavor a wow. I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Give Endeavor a chance to actually do shit. Like, I mean, it's hard to tell, like, do the civilians know the full story here? Do they know what the heroes tried to do? Do they know why it all ended up going wrong? I don't know if they do. I feel like if they did know, they'd be a little bit more sympathetic here. Then again, maybe not. Maybe public selfishness would kick in. Like, it's like in Men in Black, for people who've actually watched that movie. God, how old is that movie now? It's got to be it's at least 20 years old now. I feel old. I mean, I'm not that much older than the movie, but still. But like in the first Men in Black movie, Agent K, he said, or he's talking with Will Smith's character, and Will Smith's like, people are smart, they'd understand, and Agent K is just like, no, a person, an individual is capable of being smart, but people on a whole are just panicky animals. They're selfish, they're scared, they want other people to take care of their problems and make them feel better. Like, and he's not wrong. Like, the United States government does all kinds of horrible shit. They do. You can't even deny that. The CIA, FBI, Army, military, whatever, whichever part of the government you want to talk about, they've all done horrible, horrible shit. And, people don't care. As long as it's not... Wow. Why? Just why? Who needs an engine that sounds like that? Anyways, governments have done horrible shit, and the people that live under those governments are happy to ignore all of that shit as long as it's not staring them in the face. And they're happy to ignore, like, rises in crime or all kinds of other stuff as long as it's not staring them in the face. and they want the government to take care of it all, so that way they can just go about their day. That's all people want, is to just be able to go about their day and not worry about any of the big stuff. And yeah, that's in turn, bring it back to My Hero Academia. Like, that's what people want out of the pro heroes. They want people to, they want the pro heroes to take care of these problems, and they never want to hear about it. All right. If the massive arrest of all of the like if Shigaraki had not been woken up, all right, if they just left him in the tube and then later carted him off somewhere to keep him locked up, if they hadn't if he hadn't woken up and called in Makia and woke up all the Nomu and whatnot, like, if things had actually gone smoothly, yeah, the evacuation would have made news, and the massive amount of arrests that the heroes made would have made news. But at the end of the day, or rather, I guess after it's all over and done, it probably would have taken more than a day. But like, people wouldn't have given a shit in the long run. If everything had gone according to plan, and it wouldn't matter. No matter how many people were arrested, no matter, like, even the evacuation, like, nobody would have given a shit. Life would have gone on as normal. It's the disruption of life as normal that causes all these problems. It's why people are upset at the heroes, is because normal isn't normal anymore. That makes sense? It's like how can I put this in a way that won't... You know what? I don't care about pissing people off. COVID interrupted people's lives. It did. It caused massive interruptions to people's lives, and that's why, that more than politics, more than beliefs about, conspiracies or whatever, it's the interruption to people's day-to-day lives that caused people to just get so riled up. All right? People don't want to disrupt what they have on the day-to-day basis. And even being asked to wear a mask over their face is a disruption to their day-to-day life that people don't want. The less... If it had been possible to have a solution to COVID that wasn't very disruptive, any disruption actually would have gotten people riled up a little bit, but the fact that it was so disruptive on so many levels, you have to wear a mask, you have to get a vaccine, you have to isolate in your home, you have to be conscious of how close you are to other people, all of these things all at once. Like, it's a wonder even half of it happened, and like, hell, even a tenth of it function. You know what I mean? Like, the American or the United States response to COVID was fucking awful. And in parts of the world where culture, things like wearing a mask are, more culturally normalized for sick people, or like during flu seasons and stuff, like, obviously in those parts of the world, there's a lot less COVID cases, there's a lot less problems. It's here in the United States where all of that stuff is a disruption to the day-to-day, where a large number of people were just like, no, fuck you, I'm not going to do that. And it made the problem so much worse. I don't know how they could have changed that. I really don't. But yeah, I mean, that's your comparison there, I guess. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. And I've rambled for long enough. So, yeah, I'm going to call that for this video. Gonna say, for those you watching these as they come out, come back tomorrow for the next one. But until then, bye-bye.